Jacked Experience, number 6.
That's my hair.
How's your hair?
That's my hair.
Perfect.
You didn't even look.
I don't need to. Looks great.
You didn't even look. I can't hear shit.
Can you hear me?
No.
Test, test.
There, I can hear you.
Perfect.
1, 2. There we go. You good?
I'm good.
Fantastic. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, bang, bang.
Welcome, Jackers. Hi.
How's everybody?
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good.
Talk to me.
How was your day?
My day was great, actually.
It was great. What made it great?
You know what? It was easy. Everything flowed well. No issues, no people, no arguments.
How'd you have no people?
Well, I had people, but I mean, like, I did not have people stirring shit, causing problems. And I shouldn't say it's problems. I should say it's more like just complaining, the normal usually. Everything just flowed good today. So I'm good. You?
It was fine. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was fine.
You don't remember it or what?
Well, no, I was just kind of thinking about it. I just cleaned up a lot of messes today, but they weren't difficult. It was just steady.
Normal day in the shop.
Yeah, normal day in the shop. So I was thinking about something today on the way over here. And what I was thinking about is nobody knows who the hell we are.
I agree.
So I thought today they can get to know us a little bit better.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people who you are?
I'm G1 from the dark side. No, just messing around. My name is Carlos.
You're so stupid.
My name is Carlos Madrid, and I'm a 45-year-old gym owner, apparel owner, and now I am a co-owner of a podcast.
Great. Well, now that we have your resume, why don't you actually tell people who you are?
In what sense?
Like, what do you like? What do you dislike? What annoys you? What makes you happy?
You know,
what should people be afraid of?
Nothing. I'm the most approachable person you can see walking down the street.
Yeah.
Just like you.
I'm super approachable.
Very.
I'm super approachable.
Very.
I've never heard that I'm unapproachable ever.
Listen, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in the Valley. I'm a Valley boy. My parents moved to North Hollywood in '78. So I've been in the Valley up until 2007. Then I moved to Santa Clarita in 2007. I've been in the city of Santa Clarita since then. So technically, I'm a Valley boy. I have seen the Valley change. I grew up in the Valley. I went to school in the Valley. I went to Valley College. I went to CSUN. So I've pretty much been in the Valley my entire life. The only time I ever went over the hill was either to party or to work. When I used to bounce or when I worked gig, private parties and things like that. Besides that, like I said, I went to CSUN. I got my kinesiology degree. I got 2 degrees. One in kinesiology, the other one is in athletic training. And then from there, right before I graduated, is when I opened up my gym. So that's just a little bit about myself.
Awesome.
And you?
My name is Cynthia Sims. I am 36 years old. I have been in private aviation since I was 19. I am a newly spin instructor, which I love so much. And I am part of the Jacked Experience host ensemble.
Co-owner.
Sure, co-owner. Sounds great. I love everything fitness related. I like a ton of media. I read everything. I watch everything. I listen to everything. Just can't get enough of all forms of media out there. And I love music. I love being outside. Hate the beach though.
How can you hate the beach?
It's dirty.
The beach is great.
No, it's gross. The sand gets everywhere. It's
But listen,
not okay.
But listen, the beach is full of great ions for energy. And it cleanses you.
Sand gets in my nut.
That's why you shower.
Sure, but it's gross.
I don't understand.
It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's hot.
I don't understand how you can hate sand. You're from Lancaster.
I'm no longer there, am I?
You're closer and see me.
Okay, but Lancaster's dirt, not sand.
Same shit.
Oh, really?
It's just a different texture.
Okay.
When the wind blows, it gets everywhere. It gets in your hair, it gets in your nose, it gets in your eyes.
Is something wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? It's true.
I don't like sand. Why is that an issue?
Because I don't understand how you cannot like the beach.
Okay.
Did you go on vacation?
Sometimes.
Okay. Have you ever gone on vacation where there was a beach?
Yeah, of course.
And how was it?
It was way better.
Okay, so
The sand was more refined. I could see my feet in the water. Those are the types of things I like. Here's the thing. I don't like sand because it gets in places it shouldn't get into. I don't like the freezing cold water from the Pacific.
it is so
Because it's
refreshing.
always cold. No, it's never refreshing.
Yes, it is.
It's always cold. It always stings my legs. And then I can't see my feet, so you have no idea what's in there. When you pick your feet up, like, there's always little things wrapped around your toes. It's gross. I'm not okay with it.
Well, first of all, you're whiter than white, so
Sure. It's not like I look like I hang out at the beach.
correct.
Sure.
So,
But if you want to go on a hike somewhere, I'm down. When do you want to go?
I'm busy.
I love I love a good hike. I'll hike on any mountain anytime.
I'll do a hike here and there, but for the most part, I just don't have time.
But you have time to go to the beach and get sand and crevices that it shouldn't get into.
Damn right.
No, I disagree with you.
And I don't get sand in my crevices
How do you not get sand in your crevices?
because I do not. It's simple.
It's really not.
I'm not rolling in the sand. I'm just walking through it.
You don't ever sit down on a blanket where the sand is?
Yeah, but the sand goes underneath the blanket.
No,
or
the
towel.
sand always ends up on top of the towel.
Well, that
Always.
there's no way.
Yes.
Because you must be crazy then.
How am I crazy?
Because you cannot
This
sit
is a
still.
weird thing we're fighting over, by the way.
I just don't understand how you can't like the beach. That's what I'm trying to understand.
That's just not my thing.
Okay, fine, move on.
Yeah, there's a reason you like warmer climates and I like colder.
I like hot.
I don't. I like cold.
I like hot.
No.
Like really hot.
But see, here's the thing with hot. There comes a point where you can't take any more clothes off without getting arrested. Where in colder climates, you can keep piling shit on and you can drink hot things to keep warm. Good.
No, for me, it's the less clothes the better. 100%.
So when are you joining the nudist colony?
I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll start my own cult.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's all we need. People following you like the
They-
religious figure you are.
They will.
Oh, I don't think I'm okay with that on any level.
Well, you're not invited.
That's fine. You do your nudity all on your own. I'll be covered up on my mountain, just happy as can be.
I even have a name for it.
What? What's your name?
It's going to be the Church of What's Happening Now.
I think that actually exists, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
somebody
say.
jacked me for the name. Fuckers.
Oh. You gotta put a little R on that stuff going forward.
Yeah, seriously. So anyway, I like the beach, you don't like the beach.
Right.
What else you got?
Well, our friendship really makes no sense. We're really nothing alike when it comes to like likes and dislikes, but our personalities are almost identical, which is a little creepy.
It is. It's actually very weird. Maybe we should tell people how we met.
Oh, 100 years ago now, because I can't remember exactly when, and we're both old AF.
No, I'll tell you when it was.
Ugh.
You want me to tell you when it was?
This is where you're creepy. You know this, right? Like, this is where your stalker tendencies come
Yeah,
in, right? Okay,
totally.
great.
So, I met you in 2013, going into 2014.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll tell you how I know.
How do you know?
Because I moved the gym. So anybody who knows the Valley, my first gym I had was on the corner of Sherman Way and Havenhurst in the city of Van Nuys. And then I moved it a block down, literally right across the street from the Van Nuys Airport, which is on Valjean. So I moved there in 2013. And I know it was 2013 because we had a big family vacation plan. So I literally moved the gym in a week. I opened it, cleaned it, got it ready in 2 weeks, and then I left to the big family vacation with all 10 of us. We left to Cabo. And then I came back, it was 2013, and you came in 2014, because I just opened. And we had been there for a while.
No, I don't think that's true, because I remember seeing the sign for the gym. Anyway, like, this is a rabbit hole. But
It was
I
2014.
walked into, okay, in 2014, no, because that means it's only been 5 years, and that's not real.
No, it's been about
It's been
5 years.
longer.
No, because you came 2014. You came to me for about a year and a half. Anyways, I trained her for about a year and a half.
Right, sorry.
And then she left.
I left because you were expensive.
Maybe. She left. And then she came back.
I did.
And that was in
2017. Yeah.
So I am right.
I don't think you are.
I am.
Okay.
I have your file actually in my bag.
Why do you carry my file in your bag?
Because I'm putting it away. In the away file. The one that goes in the garage.
Oh.
The one that gets out of the filing cabinet is
That's fair.
moved on.
What are you going to do when I come back? You know, when I have free time?
Yeah, free time. Remember that, folks. She has free time.
I don't currently.
Yeah.
But one day I have a dream that I will have some free time.
Okay. Well, when that time comes...
I hate that excuse. I can't work out because I'm too busy. But I really kind of am too busy for the times you're available. I really am.
Anyways,
Right?
when the time comes,
Just
and
dismiss me.
you come back, I will go into my... I will go into my filing cabinet and I will pull your file out.
Awesome.
And we'll bring it out.
Fair enough.
Okay?
It is creepy you carry my file around though.
No, because I just pulled it out today. I literally pulled it out today.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, it's taking too much room in my filing cabinet, so I'm
Because
taking
I
it
have
out.
so many awesome workouts in there.
Dude, your filing cabinet's like this.
It
thick.
should
I
be.
swear to
I'm
God, people,
amazing.
this thing is about 4 inches thick.
It should be.
It's ridiculous.
That's how awesome I am.
No.
That you have to change it up all the time.
It's not that I have to change it up all the time. I'll tell you what it is that
Be
Psycho,
nice to me.
Psycho here
I
comes
don't know what
in
you're talking about.
and she goes, I'm not happy with this, and this. Okay, so I change the routines and then we continue. Then the following week, Psycho comes back and says, I don't like this,
think you're wrong
and
on
this.
the time
Okay.
frames. I think the time frames are a little off.
No.
I give
You
something
just don't want to
3
admit
weeks.
it to it.
Oh no! I fully admit that
That you're psycho?
that if I'm
You're
unhappy
psycho?
with the way things are going, that I will bring it to your attention.
Okay.
It's true.
Whatever.
Anyway, people should know that you're an amazing trainer,
Thank
which
you.
I can personally attest to.
Thank you.
You're just really busy. It's really hard to get in to see you.
No, you just don't have time.
That's true.
So.
Which is a horrible excuse, but it's like a real thing. Like, I hate when people say that to me when I'm training them. Like, that annoys the hell out of me. But it's like a real thing for me. I'm not actually making an excuse. Because when I have a few minutes, like, I'll work out at home, or I'll take a few minutes in the gym before I train my people.
Listen, I'll tell you, it's...
I mean, it is, because you get up at, 3 in the morning to work out by yourself, so you can
Correct.
get a workout in?
Correct.
Right.
Because just my day's so busy, so
Right.
actually for me...
So you understand what I'm saying.
No, that's what I was going to say, that... Because you know how I am about excuses.
We have a shirt that
shirt
says...
it off. My shirt says fuck excuses. But the reason why I go into the gym around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning is for 3 reasons, really. Number 1, my phone's not ringing. I don't have to answer to emails, and I don't have to answer to text messages. Okay, so that
That's
means
true. Your phone is super annoying.
that means that from 3 to 5, I have freedom. I literally have freedom. I have nobody to worry about but one person, and that's me, myself. So I go in, I crank the music, I lock the door, and I bang shit out. And I don't have to worry about running to the phone. I don't have to worry about rescheduling a client. I don't have to worry about emailing somebody, which is fine. I have no problem with it while I'm doing my business hours, while I'm training people, because that's just part of the business. But I have to have my time. And unfortunately, with my schedule, my time is at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can do it after o'clock at night, but I'm done at 9 and I'm burnt. I am tired. And for those people, look, I have an advantage. I own my own gym. That's just a plain advantage, that if my schedule's really busy, like lately, I've been having a client at 4 in the morning. So I have a client at 4, I have a client at 5.
That's just me.
That's part of business.
I get
So
it.
I never say no. That's my
not
problem.
me.
I never say no. So that being said, when I go in, I'll make time. Like today, I just finished from my workout. That's why I'm sweating like a motherfucker right now, because it feels like it's hotter than hell in here.
It's really not. It's super comfortable.
It's just me then, because my temperature's through the roof right now.
It's another thing we're always different on. You're always hot. I'm always freezing.
It's because you're a cold person.
You mean my cold black heart? It's fair.
Very black.
Well, it can't. It's the absence of color because it doesn't exist.
It does exist.
It doesn't exist.
Just beats very slowly. So that being said, the way we met was I started training her.
It's like a rabbit hole after a rabbit hole. There's nothing wrong with you.
Then she left. Then she came back.
Right.
And then she left again.
That's true, I did. But I left to do this. So you still see me almost every day.
Every Friday, for sure.
Every Friday, every Tuesday, and I'm probably one of the very first people texting in the morning with your to-do list for the day.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we went from him telling me what to do all the time to now I tell him what to do all the time, which
Not
is
really.
super weird and awkward.
Not really. Because I've crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's.
You have.
And I've
It's
gone,
really nice to work with somebody who, when I was like, hey, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, and like 3 hours later, A, B, C, and D are done, or at least being partially worked on.
3 hours is long. I usually get it done in an hour. At least I try.
Where's my stripper?
Yeah. Stripper's on the way.
Okay. So, people don't understand that reference, but since we started the podcast, the first thing I asked for was a stripper.
And I will deliver.
And we had one, but they don't want to talk about being a stripper.
So technically I did come through.
I mean, are you looking for brownie points? What's happening here?
No, I'm just saying, technically, if we talk about it, it did come through.
It did come through.
I did come through.
You did find me a stripper, but they don't want to talk about stripping, so
I'll
you get like
find
a
one.
half a point.
I'll get the one that really wants to talk. I'll bring you 2.
You'll bring me 2 strippers?
I'll bring you 2 strippers.
You know my criteria for strippers.
Why do they have to be eloquent?
They have to be eloquent, and they have to enjoy what they do. Because I think there's a misconception on strippers out there.
I agree.
That they are being it's a forced slavery, right? I don't actually think that's real. I think people are doing it because they're enjoying dancing and they enjoy what they do. And most strippers that I've spoken to, they aren't sad girls or boys that got lost. Most of them enjoy what they do and they're making really good money and they're hot.
Listen, I bounced
I told you I fell in love with a stripper one time.
Yeah. Look, I used to bounce at strip clubs. I mostly used to bounce at strip clubs, Star Garden, North Hollywood. Long time ago.
So I think it's still around.
It is. It's still there. I just drove by the other day. But anyways, the strippers back then, I mean, now, look, things have changed with social media. The way people accept things now. Things have completely turned around. The strippers that I knew were either molested by their father or uncle.
But that's like, what is it, like 1 in every 5 females were molested by somebody in their childhood?
Oh, probably.
It's a massive number.
So that's why they end up...
I hope I didn't screw up that statistic. I know it's huge. It's a huge number.
I don't know the number, but I'll tell you this much. They were either molested, domestic violence, father was never around, and the only advantage that they had was that they're hot. And one thing leads to another, and then once before you know it, they're stripping. And back then, they would go from stripper to like a producer would come in, give them a card. Before you know it, they're doing a little bit of soft porn, and before you know it, they're doing porn.
I love a good porn star too.
I agree too, but that was usually the genre. Now, you have people like Sasha Grey.
I love Sasha Grey.
At 18, she's like, I'm gonna do porn.
Yeah.
And she did her first porn at 18. So, and she loves it, and all
Yeah.
power to her. So I think things have changed now because it's more accepted.
Well, I think sex is more empowering, right? And women are more empowered in their sexuality than 100 years ago when you were bouncing.
I truly believe that it is more accepted now because things are just more open now. It's not like the you don't talk about it type of industry. I mean, everything interacts now. You have strippers and porn stars on music videos. You had one of my favorite porn stars, which was Janine Lindemulder. She was on the front cover of Blink-182.
She was.
And
true.
she's in the video.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's super hot. I don't know about her ink now, but
I haven't seen any.
shout out to Janine. But
Call you.
yeah, hit me up. But anyways,
JackedExperience@gmail.com. He's looking for you.
So
I screen it though, just so everyone knows.
But she was on the cover of Blink-182.
Right.
You have other porn stars and strippers in rappers' videos. So it all interacts now. You have them with athletes now.
Right.
Everything is so intermixed now that it's so.
But it should be that way.
It's
a job. It's not.
I'm not disagreeing that. I'm just telling you how it was before to the way it is now. Before you were damned. You were
right. No, that's
you were shamed.
True. That's true.
You were shamed for being open in your sexuality. Now it's so much more accepted. Which, by the way, I think is great. I think it should have been like that 20 years ago, but
I should have always been that way.
Yeah, I agree. You're not gonna get an argument from me. And this is like the first few times that we'll agree on anything.
We do have a friendship. As much as we go at each other, we do have a genuine friendship there.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just hidden under sarcasm and insults.
And injuries.
There's a few injuries.
A few. We have a few injuries, yes. Physical injuries, not
no.
not emotional. Not emotional or mental, just physical here.
So actually that's a really good segue, talking about the sex industry. I have goals with the podcast. What are your goals? Why are you doing this? What is it about the podcast that interested you, other than me saying, hey, we should do this, and blindsiding you with it opening up and starting?
We click.
Sure.
So I'll tell you what I thought when you approached me with it. I thought, one, that we clicked. Two, I haven't heard, I'm not saying it's not out there, but I haven't heard of a podcast that's male female.
Right.
That work. No,
where they're both dominant, where it's not.
Yeah, but not besides
one being
that.
a co-host to another.
I think that, and this is going to sound so corny, but I think things click. And when things flow and they click, they sound natural and they go good together. When you've seen radio hosts when they have a male and female, it just doesn't mesh. One's
always subservient to the other.
Yeah, but right. You can just tell it just
subservient's the wrong word. One is always the co-host to the leader.
Yeah.
Even if both names are on the title.
Correct.
Right.
And things don't flow.
Agreed.
We flow together good. We think well together, and we work great as a team actually. So when you approached me with that, I figured, you know what, this could work.
Yeah. This
could actually work. So I had and anybody who knows me, and if I'm really superstitious about certain things, and when I get a certain vibe, whether it's good or bad, I go with it. So I had a really good vibe.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, I'm going to go. So here we are. And, once again, our numbers are rising every time. So obviously people are agreeing with it, So that was my opinion on why I went for it. How about you?
The same thing with the vibe. We do get along. It seems like whenever we do have a conversation, anybody is around, it's always engaging. Even if we don't know that individual, they jump in and they talk about it. So obviously we were talking about things that there's a genuine interest for. But also looking out there, I think this is the time for people to listen. And so I take a little bit more of a more grandiose view of it than I think you do. I think you take a more down-to-earth approach, which I appreciate because I need somebody to pull me back down to earth sometimes. But I want to have conversations with people who may not have had a voice before. I want to open up those discussions that people are uncomfortable having, or we've been told you can't talk about that in public. And what a better forum than two people who may or may not have differing opinions, which we normally have differing opinions.
We do.
But we appreciate people for who they are. We've never once judged anybody for anything that they're going through or what they're doing. And so I want to bring that to the forefront. That's why I do want to talk to somebody who is an exotic dancer. It's why I want to talk to sex workers. It's why I want to bring forward some of the issues that the downtrodden or people who have been left in the dark in the past, because of people's judgments. They need to have a voice. Their stories need to be told. I think there's a movement out there now for sex workers to protect them from violence, and I think that that's something important that should be brought forward.
And I will say this, that I think a lot of people, when me and you are having a discussion / argument, I think
that always ends with me calling you psychotic.
I think people gravitate to us, okay, and I think the one thing that does get their attention is I have no filter. If
You really don't.
If you're an
There's
idiot,
a reason our tagline says "Don't get me sued."
if you're an idiot, I'll tell you you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I tell people: do not ask me the question that you don't want to have the answer to. So if you come to me and you say, "Hey, do you think I look fat in this dress?" I'm gonna tell you the truth. You look fat.
I actually have experience with that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
super fun.
Well, I don't come to me to lie to you. I do not lie.
I will say that because you don't lie, it is nice to send pictures of clothes that I'm considering purchasing and saying, "What's your thought?" And you've never steered me wrong, which is nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
look,
it's nice to have a fashion consultant on hand.
I tell you what I think. Okay, you may like it, you may not. But like I tell people, do not
take it with a grain of salt, right?
Hey, do not come to me and ask me a certain question or what my opinion is on something if you don't like my answer. You know, and I think that's why I really kind of want to do the podcast too, because if we talk about PC, I think that.
Do you even know what that means?
Political correctness.
Right, but do you know what that means? Like, do you understand what political correctness is? And
I do.
So you just flat out choose to ignore it.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay, because I think.
So it's not your inability to grasp the concept.
No. I understand the concept of why you should be PC, but I think that people, especially our society, is tired of PC. I really do. I think people really want to say, you know what?
You think so? Because I feel like society is gearing towards acceptance and tolerance for all, and that's why PC is hypersensitive right now, because people are just making sure that you're not offending people. We're going to take a quick break.
This thing is not working right. All right, let's try that.
You happy with that?
Yeah, that should be better.
All right.
Hopefully.
How can you even see that far away?
Me?
Yeah.
You can't see that?
No.
It's been blurry for the past 10 minutes.
It's been blurry. It's blurry now.
No, it's clear.
That's not clear.
It's clear.
That's not clear.
You can't fucking see.
I can't see.
All right then. Ready?
3, 2, 1, and back.
Okay.
Anyway, so going back to what we were talking about, and
PC.
Alex, please edit this the way it needs to go. I believe that the world is looking for tolerance and acceptance of everybody, as it should. And if you don't allow political correctness in there and you don't use the terms to describe people the way that they should be described, you're opening yourself up to being called a bigot.
Listen, I agree that we should.
You said that word again?
We?
Agreed.
Don't start with me. Fuck. Don't start with me. Anyways, I will agree with you in the sense that as a society and as a whole,
right,
we should be tolerant to people's feelings, religion,
yeah,
the way they think, how they think. I think the problem is that, and I don't want to say this, but let's just say politics, for example. If you feel one way and I feel another way, because you're the majority and because I don't agree with you, then I'm wrong. Okay?
Well, don't you think politics is two opposing sides all the time anyway?
Actually,
just one side is louder than the other?
I think politics are so bad now.
Oh, well, that's another story.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, let's just keep it simple. If it's come down to now that if you are rooting for one or the other, you're wrong. You know?
No, I agree with you, where it's not right or wrong. It's, if that's your opinion, that's fine.
And you should be look, it should be like this. Let's just say, for example, like you vote, I like the color black. Okay, well, I like the color white. Cool. Okay, well, let's take a vote of the one color that's the majority that everybody likes. You win. Okay, we move on. But now...
No, people get really offended when their side doesn't win.
Exactly, and that's the problem now. So with PC, you know, it's like, okay, well, I can't tell Cynthia that... I can't tell her this because she may get upset. So...
But there's a difference then between being politically correct and being blunt. You can be blunt and still be politically correct.
Then why people are having such a hard on about it?
Because people aren't being politically correct.
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, you're going to have people that are more sensitive to naming conventions than others. But
You lost your train of thought.
I didn't. I just don't know how to say this.
Be blunt.
You're going to have people that are more sensitive to naming conventions than others, but at the end of the day, everybody has to come to a medium ground, right? We all have to come up to some sort of agreement. And if the agreement is, hey, let's not use derogatory terms in general, then we just don't use derogatory terms in general. Like, I don't think that's a hard ask.
Hey, we've had this discussion many, many times.
I know, and you are so on the other side of this discussion.
I am, because there's so many different ways I can flip this on you, but I don't even think it's a. You know what the problem is? It's not an agreement. You know what it is?
What?
It's a compromise.
Okay.
People do not want to compromise.
But see, that's the issue I think we're having in today's society. Is you need compromise. You need compromise in every relationship you're in. Romantic, business, political, friendships, it doesn't matter. Any type of relationship you are in with somebody, you compromise at some point. So why would this be any different?
You know what? I don't know. But people do not compromise.
Oh.
Is it because people are always thinking about themselves? Which
We're a very selfish society.
Yeah, I think it's very, very selfish
very
now. You know?
Speaking of, do you know what's coming up? Speaking of selfishness?
No, what?
May is masturbation month.
Nice.
It's literally the month about me. I mean, not me, but me. And
well, it's me every day, every month, every day. It's always about me. I don't need a month to remind me it's all about me. And I'm not being selfish. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with me. Why? Because I celebrate every month as me? Every day is about me?
Every day is about you?
Yeah.
It's a little self-absorbing, don't you think?
Listen, if you do not love yourself...
But there's a difference between loving yourself and thinking that every day is about you.
It is about me. Because I love myself. You don't love yourself?
I love who I am. I think I'm the bomb.
You see, I look at myself every morning.
How old did I just date myself by saying the bomb?
Like 20 years. But, beside the point. But every morning when I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, you're the shit.
Okay, see, I don't go that far.
Oh, I do. I talk to myself every time.
I'm so confident. Do you answer yourself too?
Damn right, because you know why?
Because you're crazy.
No, because I got the right answer.
Oh my gosh.
It's true. Nobody gives me the right answer.
Why are you so crazy?
I am not crazy.
Yes.
Maybe you're the one that's crazy.
You know that talking to yourself and answering yourself back is a sign of crazy?
Why?
Because you're having a conversation with yourself.
Okay, because I get the right answer.
I'm concerned for you and your mental health.
I'm perfectly fine.
I'm pretty sure there's 5 psychologists right now that are about to call us, be like, hey, you might want to come see me.
I don't know about that.
We're going to start getting referrals. You don't know that they're listening, or you don't know that they're going to want to see you.
Please come see me. Come visit me in my office. The Steel Jungle. Then they know I'm really crazy.
You scare me a little bit.
The nicest guy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I am the nicest guy.
Remember a conversation we had a couple months ago where you had like a month where everybody kept saying how unapproachable you were, and we worked on you, being more inviting to people, and you came up with this really creepy smile that made it actually worse?
But, for my defense, there was a reason why I was in a bad mood. And that was part of my problem, was I should have got rid of the problem a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't say why. I can't tell you guys why.
Well, we gotta keep some things personal, right?
Yeah. I mean, my close people... We gotta
have some of ourselves to ourselves.
I will say this. I had a situation in my business that I should have got rid of a year ago, and I didn't. And it's just like, it's like being in a bad marriage or bad relationship, yeah, where you're in the relationship and it's bad and it's not healthy and it's not good, but you still keep sticking around until that one point where you say I've had enough. And you decide to break up.
Well, this was a relationship.
It was.
The situation was a relationship.
It was.
Yeah.
In a way, it was. It was a work relationship.
Yeah.
So, anyways, finally, when I got...
Well, it was more than that. I mean, we obviously can't go into the details, but it was more than just a work relationship, which is why it made it more uncomfortable
Correct.
and difficult for you.
And I will say this, and part of the reason...
Well, we just made that sound really sexual, and it wasn't sexual by any means.
No.
Yeah.
And the reason why was I was comfortable with my schedule because...
you think that was it?
Yes, and I'll tell you why right now. Because if anybody... So you guys know I have 2 boys. I have a 9 and 8-year-old. My 9-year-old will be 10 in June. So I have 2 boys. So my schedule is really, really crazy, as you know. And at the time, it worked with my schedule. I didn't...
Oh, and you're right.
Mentally, I couldn't...
I
couldn't... I didn't want to take the chance that, you know what, right now it's working, because I would leave work to go pick up my kids, to either take them to football practice or pick them up to take them home. You know, it just, I needed to leave, and I knew that things were working well enough for me for my schedule. However, that being said, now that I've learned my lesson like anything else, I don't care. I don't care if it messes up my schedule. I don't care if it messes anything up. I will get rid of the problem, because you know what? It was not healthy for me. Obviously, towards the end, it was on my face. You know, it's almost like going to work and you hate your job.
But I don't.
And you know the situation.
I don't use the words I do. I don't use the words I disagree with you on this one. The part that I don't concur with you on is where you said, you know, there was egg on your face. You trusted this individual, and you worked with them closely to bring it to what it should have become.
Yeah, many times.
So I wouldn't say egg on your face. I think 2 things happened. I think what you found out in the end, you found out because it was the end. You didn't find out about it beforehand because people didn't want to talk about it.
Probably.
So that's not egg on your face. That's just like they now felt comfortable to bring it to your attention what was really going on.
Maybe, but part of the problem too was I was very comfortable because it worked with my schedule.
But look at what's happened since you've gotten rid of that.
Yeah, no, completely. And like I said, I learned my lesson that
Yeah.
from now on, you know what? I should have followed my vibe. I should have solved the problem.
It does go back to the vibe, right?
Yeah, completely.
It does, yeah.
You know,
I mean, we talked about it for a year and a half that there was
I
something
mean,
off.
listen, you even convinced me, like, oh, just one more time, you know?
Well, because I had the same feeling you did, like...
You know, so...
I did.
And then,
Sorry.
so, I should have...
But then, after that time, I was the person to be like...
Yeah, no.
It's gotta be done, dude.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And like I said, I should have went with my vibe, and I should have said, screw my schedule. What I should have done was I should have said, okay, you know what? I got my backup. I got my dad. My dad, make a phone call, he's there. I should have said, you know what? Done. And if I need help, Dad, I need to do this for me, this, and this. And it would have been covered, and eventually I would have moved on. And like I have now, look at the schedule now.
It's great.
Now, my place is running smooth. Things are going great, where I even have time to come and now do the podcast while...
Yeah, it did kind of all work out, didn't it?
Yeah, totally. But that's because I did not want it to ruin my schedule, because my schedule was comfortable for me. It worked for me at that time, and I shouldn't have had my schedule affect the decision that I needed to do. But at the same time, things work out for a reason.
Yeah, that's true, because I wouldn't have been ready for this a year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I was too.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm still crazy, but I'm now emotionally confident.